When you love someone, you love the person as they are, and not as you'd like them to be. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. All happy families are alike. Each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. If you want to be happy, be The two most powerful warriors are patience and time. There is no greatness where there is not simplicity, goodness, and truth. War is so unjust and ugly that all who wage it must try to stifle the voice of conscience within themselves. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. One of the first conditions of happiness is that the link between man and nature shall not be broken. The best stories don't come from good versus bad, but good versus good. True life is lived when tiny changes occur. A man can live and be healthy without killing animals for food. Therefore, if he eats meat, he participates in taking animal life merely for the sake of his appetite. Art is not a handicraft. It is the transmission of feeling the artist has experienced. The sole meaning of life is to serve humanity. We do not love people so much for the good they have done us, as for the good we have done them. Government is an association of men who do violence to the rest of us. Happiness does not depend on outward things, but on the way we see them. Kindness is the golden chain by which society is bound together. Real art must be inseparable from the good and the true. Nothing is so necessary for a young man as the company of intelligent women. Man lives consciously for himself, but is an unconscious instrument in the attainment of the historic, universal aims of humanity. The only thing that we know is that we know nothing, and that is the highest flight of human wisdom. History would be a wonderful thing if it were only true. To lie to others is reprehensible, but to lie to oneself is pathetic. The vocation of every man and woman is to serve other people. I sit on a man's back, choking him and making him carry me, and yet assure myself and others that I am very sorry for him and wish to ease his lot by all possible means, except by getting off his back. Joy can be real only if people look upon their life as a service and have a definite object in life outside themselves and their personal happiness. The more we live by our intellect, the less we understand the meaning of life. It is amazing how complete is the delusion that beauty is goodness. A man is like a fraction whose numerator is what he is and whose denominator is what he thinks of himself. The larger the denominator, the smaller the fraction. The only way to be happy is to love. Unless you love, your life will flash by. The changes in our life must come from the impossibility to live otherwise than according to the demands of our conscience. Just as one candle lights another and can light thousands of other candles, so one heart illuminates another heart and can illuminate thousands of other hearts. It is by those who have suffered that the world has been advanced. Faith is the force of life. If we admit that human life can be ruled by reason, the possibility of life is destroyed. Wrong does not cease to be wrong because the majority share in it. A truly wise man is always joyful. The essence of all religions is one, only their approaches are different. The strongest of all passions is fear. Music is the shorthand of emotion. Spring is the time of plans and projects. Everything that I understand only because I love. There is no condition so lowly that it does not contain some gift of God. Boredom, the desire for desires. One must believe in the possibility of happiness in order to be happy. Let us forgive each other, only then will we live in peace. Life is too long to say anything definitely. Always say perhaps. The more I detach myself from people, the more I find men. The only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. Free people can treat each other justly, but they can't compel each other to be free. He who has chosen his own path can blame no one but himself if he ends up lost. The most important time is now. The most important person is the one you are with now. The greatest happiness is to know the source of unhappiness. To love life is to love God. There is no greatness where simplicity, goodness, and truth are absent. Knowledge is real knowledge only when it is acquired by the efforts of your intellect, not by memory. Only people who are capable of loving strongly can also suffer great sorrow, but this same necessity of loving serves to counteract their grief and heals them. Man cannot possess anything as long as he fears death, but to him who does not fear it, everything belongs.